Today we are going to start reading David Walliams' book called The Thing. We'll do it in installments because it's quite a long book, but I thought the grade 3s would enjoy this. Sometimes perfectly nice parents have children who are monsters. Meet the Meeks. This is Father, Mr. Maurice Meek. As his name suggests, Mr. Meek is a mild-mannered man. He likes to wear socks with his sandals and would not dare to eat a peach in public. Mr. Meek works as a librarian. He loves libraries, as they are quiet like him. This is a man who wouldn't say boo to a goose, or indeed any species of bird. This is Mother, Mrs. Meredith Meek. She wears her glasses on a chain round her neck. The most embarrassing moment of her life was when she once sneezed on a bus and everybody turned round and looked. It will not surprise you to learn that she is also a librarian. Meredith met Maurice at the library. They were both so painfully shy that they never spoke a word to each other for the first 10 years of working there. Eventually, across the poetry aisle, Maurice and Meredith fell in love. Some years later, they were married, and some years after that, they had a baby girl. This is their daughter, Myrtle. You might be thinking that nothing could be sweeter than a little baby girl. Wrong. From the moment she was born, Myrtle was an absolute horror. Whatever she was given, dummies, cuddle toys, rubber duckies, the baby demanded more. Myrtle's first ever word was more, and she uttered it on the very day she was born. It was more milk baby Myrtle was demanding, even though she had already guzzled a gallon. More was a word the infant would say over and over again. More, more, more. Being meek by name and meek by nature, Maurice and Meredith didn't dare stand up to their monster of a child. Whatever baby Myrtle wanted, baby Myrtle got. Her parents bought their baby daughter toys and more toys, even though she would instantly smash them to pieces. Bish, bash, bosh. More, more, more. As a toddler, they gave their daughter crayons and more crayons. Myrtle would use them to scrawl all over the walls. Scratch before snapping them in two. Snap. More, more, more. As she grew bigger and bigger and bigger still, Mr. and Mrs. Meek would feed Myrtle chocolate biscuit after chocolate biscuit after chocolate biscuit. More and more and more. Even though Myrtle would take great delight in spitting the crumbs back in their face. Splurt more and more. Part 1. More, more, more. Howling. The years passed. Mr. and Mrs. Meek secretly hoped that their daughter was just going through a phase, but this phase was not one she grew out of. In fact, Myrtle's behavior became worse and worse over the years. The nasty noughts turned into the outrageous ones. Then followed the terrible 2s and the tumultuous 3s. After the fearsome 4s and the frightful 5s came the sickening 6s and the spiteful 7s. Then there were the egregious 8s and the noisy 9s. Oh my word, they were noisy. Now 9, Myrtle would wake her parents up every morning by howling. Wah! I want a teddy bear. I want a pony. I want a suitcase full of money. The girl would make such a din that the little Meek family house would actually shake, rattle. Books would fly off the shelves, whoosh, bonk. Pictures would fall off the walls, dunk, shatter. Plaster would shower down from the ceilings, crumble, dunk. poor Mr. and Mrs. Meek would be hurled out of bed. Duff, duff. They would scramble to their feet and immediately run around doing their daughter's bidding. They gave Myrtle everything, but everything was never, ever enough. Oh no, the girl wanted one more thing. An alphabet of stuff. Over the years, Myrtle's bedroom became so piled high with stuff her parents had got her that you could barely see or get in or out. She demanded more and more and more, and she got more and more and more. Myrtle had at least one thing for every letter of the alphabet. Ant farm, home to 1,000,001 ants. Boomerang that doesn't come back. Myrtle lost that on her first throw. Cowbell, which the girl put around her mother's neck so she could locate her easily. Dog grooming set, even though she didn't have a dog. Elf. Finger puppets of every king and queen of England from 1066 to the present day. Gravel collection, it was the biggest in Europe. Ham slicer, even though she hated ham. Ice skates made for an elephant, 4 of them. Jar containing one of scientist Albert Einstein's burps. Knee warmers. Lucky sausage, actually it was unlucky. Map of Belgium, a country she had no intention of ever visiting, as it, in her words, was too Belgamy. Nelson's column made out of sultanas, life size. Owl fudge, this is fudge made of melted down owls. It's even more disgusting than it sounds. Painting of some air, it wasn't much to look at. Quicksand, children who came over for a play date and ended up displeasing Myrtle, met their doom in it. Remote-controlled hedge, which could reach speeds of up to 1 mile an hour. Stuffed flea, it was so small that it was impossible to see. Turnip shampoo, it made your hair smell as fresh as a turnip. Underpants for worms only come in size small. Venom from a poisonous aubergine, deadly. Wombat juicer, perfect for producing a cool, refreshing glass of wombat juice. Xylophone case, Myrtle didn't want an actual xylophone, just the case for one. Yeti, it hasn't been sighted in the Himalayan mountains for years because Myrtle kept it locked in her cupboard. Zebra dung, it was the only thing she could think of that began with a Z. One thing Myrtle didn't have any of was books. Despite her parents being librarians, she detested books and thought they were boring. The girl had all this stuff, a universe of junk, but still she wanted something more. The funny thing was that she just didn't know what. Okay, we will stop there today and carry on next time. Hope you enjoyed it.